Hi, and welcome to the Path of Exile Race Season 1, second event. It's another 1 hour hardcore race. I'm using I'm using the exact same build and almost the same plan as I was for the first event. My slight modifications to the plan here and there were kind of on the fly. The first big thing, I actually remembered to get the skill gem from Bestel from Mercy Mission. Yay, so I had Fire Trap this time around. I also made a couple little adjustments about when I was going where. I went into the lower submerged passageway before doing Mercy Mission, for example. But yeah, just like last time. What is this? I don't remember what this place is called, and the window's too small for me to read it in the top right corner at the moment. Twilight something or other. Either way, same deal. I decided to loot a couple chests this time on the way, because they were close, and I figured, you know, if I get a second weapon, it couldn't hurt. At the end of the day, I'm still about 10 seconds behind the first people, so didn't really lose anything by doing it, but didn't gain anything either. I, once again, don't get a rare item from Hillock. I do, however, get a coral ring, which is nice, an extra 20 or so hit points. I never actually looked at it for the amount.
Not the most pleasant of arenas. It'll have to do, for now.
Now, right straight away into the terrace, we talked to Nessa and Tarkly for those quests. I don't know if you need to or not, but everyone else seems to, so I do as well. No, I'm a follower, not a leader. I'd rather waste a second than find out that I didn't talk to and have to go back to town, things like that. So, same deal as the first episode, or first race rather. I am trying to get level 1, or rather level 2 here. Makes the next part a little easier. Although this time around, I basically don't kill anything in mudflats. I grab some stuff, or I grab the runes. I'm having trouble talking tonight. My thoughts just don't want to coagulate into a coherent thought or sentence. I get the waypoint, and I grab those gems, and I head straight then into the lower submerged passage. I do get chests on the way. I don't think I have any close calls here. I find the submerged passage. Unfortunately, I go the wrong way looking for the runes. I get some portal scrolls. Those actually do come in handy later. Turns out the third rune was just a little to the southwest. If I had walked a couple feet further, I would have spotted it on the way. But you know, what can you do? I don't know why I looped around. I was kind of wondering that in the process of it. But yeah, now comes the leveling. All those squids all over the place. Yep, they're gonna make for some quick work. Some quick experience. As I fiddle around with equipment, try to get, what did I find? A rusty spike. Try to get that equipped quickly. And I'm ready. 1 pack of mobs, 25% experience. Another small pack of mobs. Oh look, another 20%. Oh look, another 10. Squids, best leveling experience in the game. I'm honestly wondering if you could do this with level 1. The mudflats would be quite a bit more risky though, because if you get smacked by 2, I think they could kill you at that point. Here I probably could have gotten away with it, because I did pick up that coral ring for the extra health, so I probably could have done it here, but as a general purpose thing, I don't know if it would have worked or not. Otherwise, I'm just kind of running around looking for the entrance to the upper submerged passage. I need to get level... Realistically, I don't need to get any level here. It's just, as a melee character, places like the ledge and such as like the ledges are quite a bit harder as melee because there's a lot of archers on top of the melee character, so you have to get in range and kind of stand there. As, say, a poison arrow ranger, you can shoot, dodge, and you can avoid most of the attacks, and as the melee enemies chase after you, they'll be running through poison clouds, taking damage and dying in the process. So, being melee is does put you at a bit of a disadvantage there. I have a little bit of trouble even with the couple extra levels from going through the submerged passage. I still have a little bit of a hard time with it. But for the most part, it goes fairly smooth. I do, however, get just an absolutely horrible spawn running through here. There's just no enemies, like, at all. I would have... I think it's this pack, and there's one more little pack before the waypoints. Like, there was just nothing in here whatsoever. You know, it's better than getting a massive pack like I did in the first race, where I ended up dying horribly to it, but... I'd like to get some medium-sized packs, you know, so give me a couple packs of 5, 6, maybe 7 or 8. But yeah, that's it. Like, one group of enemies got killed. So I get there, I got the waypoint, I pop back to the mudflats, I decided to do Mercy mission now. This one little switch up here. So we're level 4, 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in. Sometimes I can't read. I have the countdown timer up this time, so I can see what's going on my end as well. I actually have a lot of problems right here that I run into Hailstrike right away, and there's a bunch of elite mobs with him. So I actually end up popping a town portal and heading back to town shortly. Or no, I end up I end up logging out because I get frozen in place. And just barely, is it 5 or 6 hit points left? I just narrowly escaped dying. Not ashamed of it. I want to actually finish this, but getting back here, for getting down into the lower submerged passage, I get a gem from Tarkley. The Viper Strike, I believe. I put my notes away. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately. I decided in the terraces here, I only had like 10% left. I'd go for that level. Only got about 6% from that pack. I was hoping for a little bit more. It didn't happen. So I level up after like 1-2 kills here.
Couldn't ask for a bit of training around that great class.
But yeah, Hailstrike is ripping me a new one today. I think in previous episodes I either waited an extra level or something, or I just lucked out and had something with cold resist on it. Same thing as last episode. Logging in and out, or out and in, is a quick way back to town. And here I actually get the gem from Bestel. Very handy. I don't actually use it for a long time. I probably should have, but no, there's a reason I didn't. There was quite a bit of time during this when I was dealing with a number of inventory issues, like here. I'm screwing around with gems and swapping weapons, and so I end up with Viper Strike? Yeah, Viper Strike is out of the slot, but I never end up doing anything with the Fire Trap anyway. And then I, once again, forget to reset the instance. Still better to go back and forth. And I'm not sure when it happens, but... was that it right there? I can't rewind and check. No, I don't think that was it. Scroll of Wisdom. I need to make this window bigger so I can actually read what's going on. Even at double speed, I should be able to see the text enough to read it. Alright, here we go. I can see stuff now. And, upper submerged passage. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I need to reset the instance. Another Scroll of Wisdom. Zipping around. A lot better spawns these last few passes through here. Which is very handy, obviously. There it is. I got an Orb of Alchemy. That'll let me turn any normal item into a rare item. And to you know, the icing on the cake, I got a superior Whalebone Rapier. Now, I'm also not honestly sure if I wasted it at this point. I wanted to get some rare quality just to speed up my killing a bit. But by the time I killed all this stuff and got leveled up to the point I could use the Whalebone Rapier, I think I might have been better off waiting a little while, but I think the next set of rapiers is at level 13. So that's still a good good ways off, considering I'm level 6 at this point. So, yeah. Long way to go until that's useful. Or that would have been useful. Except I used that on a whalebone rapier, so it was useful much sooner. Now, at this point, I have gotten further than the previous 3 videos combined up level 7. And I got slightly higher at the end of the previous race. And here I start crafting and swapping around, and I wanted to stick my fire trap on my offhand so it would level up just for being equipped over there. But I never actually slot the gem. I left it in a pair of boots or gloves or something. Pretty big mistake there that will screw me over a little bit later on. Because rather than a level 3 or 4 fire trap, I'll be using a level 1 fire trap, so it's gonna make a pretty big difference, as you'll see in a little bit. I decided at this point, in retrospect, I probably should have done another run or so, but I decided I'm close enough to level 8, 9 that I will get there by the time I get to Brutus. So I just started running ahead. It turns out I get what I wanted anyway, but the little bit of extra experience would have helped slightly later, where I ended up fighting Merveil with like 3/4 of an experience bar worth. And realistically, I could have rectified that at that point too, but whatever. One thing of note to this run, I'm finding skill gems all over the frickin' place. I'm really not familiar with any of them, so I don't know if any of these would have been worth using over Cleave spamming. It's one of these things, you know, it is what it is. So yeah. Onward. Yet again, or yet still. Another thing I would have liked to have done here is had...
What's the beer with spit?
I don't know. I did have some medium flasks already. Yeah, I actually kind of got lucky with that. I'm thinking later on. I would have liked to have had some large flasks for the fight with Merveil. Unfortunately, I was too under level for that. I think they're minimum level 13 or 12. Yeah, regardless of the level, I was too low to use them at that point because I actually had one.
I believe in traveling light.
But, yeah. Now here, the rocky climb. This is one of the two or three areas where I really don't want to be fighting anything in here. It's kind of not worth the time. Stuff's spread out a lot. Stuff jumps all over the place. In the case of the wolves, they leave fire. Every once in a while, enough of them bunch up where they decide, you know what, I'm just going to AoE 3-4 times, kill them, and hopefully get a Quicksilver flask charge, which will make up for the time difference, and I'll get some experience at the same time.
It's to be a cage fight then. I can live with that.
Now, unfortunately, here in the prison, I don't have too much luck finding the doorway. The previous, in Event 1, I kind of got lucky and found all the doors right away. Here, I didn't have much luck. I'm running into dead end after dead end. All the rare stuff I find, or the elites I find, don't really give me anything worth having killed them for. So I would have been better off just running straight to the end here. Also something worth it considering too, I have 8 town portal scrolls at this point. I'm not sure what you can buy with them, so I don't know if I could have gotten like orbs of transmutation or what. But at the beginning, if... let me rephrase this. If town portals persist through logging in and out, it would be worth dropping a town portal, like, at the split. Like, after I came in a little bit, I went down a ways, and I went left, and it was a dead end. If I had stuck a town portal there, if it had been a long ways off, I could have just logged out and hit the town portal quick. Save some time running back, potentially. I also killed chatters. I was hoping for some nice rare drop, but it was a two-hander. Not much use for me. At least with the build. I've already got a bunch of two-hand stuff. And no passive respec points with the way I've gotten. Or, no. The way I've gone. Here, the warden's quarters, I actually kind of get lucky with that door.
An exile here.
Find it almost right away.
Make sure you tell our host that piety of Theopolis sends her regards.
Now, Brutus, he's not terribly difficult. I ended up going back to town at one point just to recharge my flasks quickly, rather than try and like wait on regen and stuff like that. But it's pretty much a straightforward fight. Just wear him down, make sure you don't get the crap beaten out of you in the process. Get hit, run around, let your health restore, get hit, run around, restore your health. Pop back to town. I really should have had 3 health flasks at this point rather than 2 mana, 2 health. I have them in my inventory, even if it was just a small one. And again, Brutus, not a single rare item. Like, come on, game. Hillock didn't give me one either. It's like a couple things that could potentially be useful. It's like, I can't equip that yet. I got a belt, at least. That gave me a little bit of extra physical damage on hit or whatever. And then it's back to Tarkleaf for Hatred, which I never end up using. I forgot to slot it all together at any point. The extra damage potentially being useful at some point. I'm looking and hoping to upgrade my armor, but there's no... I should have really just gotten something over the plate armor and then just transmuted it, but I just didn't. Yeah. That was probably a pretty big mistake there. I was getting to the point where I was starting to take a little more damage than I liked because I'm so under level. And just looking... I need to find out what level... Oh no, I could hear. I need to make a note somewhere of what level I can buy the rings I need. Merveil, I had 2 cold resist rings. And still had a lot of trouble with her. And Prisoner's Gate, once again, just running through the entire area. I was debating in retrospect I probably should have taken out that second pack of spitters. They clump up close enough where I could have just AoE'd the group of them down in like 2-3 swings. And it probably would have been worth it. And then here, I kind of decided again, you know, a bunch of wolves, I'll kill a few of them. Oh look, elite ones, and oh, great crap, the boss is on its way. So I ended up running away from that altogether. And the rest of the time, I pretty much just run away. Running, 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 all the way to the ship graveyard. Which is another zone where I don't actually do anything. I, this time, don't die in the ship graveyard or the ship graveyard cave. I do make it to the coves. A problem I ran into there, when the zombies die, they leave a patch of tar on the ground, which slows you down. Again, another case where a ranged character is at an advantage because they don't get slowed down every 2 seconds. So it's like, yeah, do I really want to level here? I need the experience, you know, yada yada yada. And, you know, in retrospect, I probably should have stuck around and leveled up there a few times, but I kind of forgot the plan after that. In none of my practice runs have I actually gotten that far. Right there, I was running, I think I ran out of health potions, so I just popped the town portal quick before it was too late and just recharged all my flasks. Doesn't actually cost me anything because I load in and out quick enough to where my Quicksilver flask, the 2 new charges of it, are able to make up the time teleporting back and forth. I get an iron ring, which, you know, afterwards reading forum posts, oh, if you stick an iron ring and a blue skill gem into a vendor and sell it, you get a cold resist gem. It's like, yeah, that would be good to know. Oh, yeah. A couple close calls in here. Those spitters actually hurt a lot. I don't, like I said, I never got this far in any of my practice runs, so I wasn't sure if as a melee character I should have been leveling it all here. So I get to level 10 before heading onward into... I can't remember the next zone. It's Cavern of Anger, Cavern of Wrath. I forget. Find a named mob. Try to kill it, but again, spitters hurt quite a bit. I found a skill gem in the meantime. Again, no rare items, damn it. That's all I want, just some, you know, some other rare weapons that I didn't have to make myself. It's not really that much to ask. So, we're doing pretty good so far. One or two close calls, but we're alive, we're doing good. I get screwed over a little bit the next area. I decided I was going to kill Merveil's named daughters, Ambrosia. I'm stuck on Pokemon. Ambrosia and Articuno. Yeah, we'll go with that. But her named boss mob daughters, whatever you want to call them. And the first one uses lightning, apparently. I don't have, like, any lightning resist whatsoever. So, like, it is what it is. Gotta deal with it.
Merveil.
I'm debating back and forth what support gem to go with, and it's like, you know what? If I'm going with the monkeys in melee range, if I get to the forest after Merveil, being able to stay alive will probably be pretty helpful. So I went with the lifesteal gem. I only have a red-green link slot set up at the moment, so I can set up my lifesteal on dual strike, but not cleave. So it might not have helped me at all anyway. But for now, I don't have anything, or linked on anything, because I just don't have the level to use the support gem. And here I get distracted by a bunch of elites. Again, hoping, just so much hope for a rare drop, which never actually happens. And then they trick me into a dead end. Like, really, game? Really? I really wish I'd picked up that scale vest. I'm not sure what the stat distribution on it would have been, but it was probably better than my plate vest at this point. My plate vest is like 14 armor or something like that. It's like really, really low. Another named and a bunch of elites, I think, mixed in. So I have to run and kite around a little bit. At this point, I would actually have access to large flasks if I were at level, but since I am 4 or 5 levels beneath where you normally would be for this point, I don't have that luxury. So yeah, I panicked for a second and was ready to log out quick. Again, don't want to die 45 minutes into this. Yeah, here's first Merveil's daughter. And there's a lot of enemies near her. I want to make sure I take out as much as possible. I get a town portal up just in case, because I don't think my flask is going to hold out through this fight. The second I saw the lightning, I should have just said screw this and gone on running, but you know, at this point I was hell-bent on getting a rare drop from something. Or I should say a rare drop that I could actually use. So yeah, I go through all my flasks, I pop another town portal. Amarissa. And I get boots that I can't use because I don't have the intelligence. So they end up left on the floor. It's like, yeah, great, awesome. All that time and effort, 2 minutes wasted on something that I'm not even going to use. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we don't hang around for stupid rare mobs. We just deal with what we got and move forward. And then this floor, oh my god, I cannot find the exit for the life of me. It is like on the ass end of this map. It's like, oh, it's gotta be over this way, right? Right? Right, game? Right? What do you mean this is another dead end? And you're gonna give me another named mob to distract me? Yup, the game doesn't pull punches. It's like, screw you. And look, a robe I'm not gonna use, although the robe actually at this point might have been better than the armor. Just the fact the armor was so freaking low leveled. And then I do something with the inventory here. I'm swapping stuff and picking stuff. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. And I run out of flasks once more. But this also gives me an opportunity to go buy a second cold resist gem after selling a bunch of junk. Yeah, as you can see there, the bottom center of the inventory. Did I not buy a second cold resist ring? That could definitely explain why I was having so much trouble with Merveil. Yeah, I had trouble with Merveil. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet. I hope that it's not just something that's stupid. Here, I just kind of say screw it, because there's a lot of exploding squids here, so I just more or less just push through the entire area. Gotta be careful not to get pinned around in a tight spot or anything, because those exploding ones will more or less insta-gib you if you let them build up too much. Sort of like that. If I got stuck, I would have been dead right there. And as I see a named mob with a bunch of exploding squids, like that, no thanks, I'll go the other way. So he's like, oh, you know, an aura. Inflict extra damage on players. Like, yeah. And, yeah, I only had one cold resist gem ring. That is why I had so much freaking trouble with Merveil. And now that I know that, God. That is frustrating as hell. So I lure her back towards the entrance where there's that squiggly wall, so I can kind of just loop around the sides quick and hit her a bunch of times. What I really needed to be doing also was throwing traps on her feet when I was running around so that her energy shield wouldn't recharge. It's a few hits to break through it each and every time, so it makes a difference after a while. I actually also swapped out one of my flasks, so I have 3 health, 1 mana at this point. It was very much needed, because I was going through health a lot quicker than mana. And like here, I should have tried to lure her a little closer to the wall, but it is what it is. Just kind of whittling her down. She's below half. Gonna throw a trap. Throw a trap. Trap. Throw one. Holy rubber banding Merveil. Yeah, she kind of just like warped around and I panicked and used like 3 flasks. Go me. Don't die. Just don't die. This would have been so much easier with the second cold resist ring. Almost so close. Just about. Almost got her. Come on. One more. One more hit. Come on. Go. One more. Come on. And nope. Gotta run around again. Is this the point? Yeah, I realized I was running low on town portal scrolls and kind of was like, oh yeah, I'll just go grab a bunch like next time I'm back in town. I even get an orb of alchemy down here. It's like, nice. Awesome. Sweet. And I forgot to go get another town portal scroll. It's like here, it's like I'm hoping, oh, did one not stack somewhere? It's like, oh, please. And it's like, oh, great. I gotta do this with, like, a bunch of half-full flasks. So I throw my lifesteal gem in, which I can finally use. And it's like, I'm just trying to get close. If I can get to Merveil and keep my health up and just wail away on her and just kind of cleave down whenever anything spawns, I can possibly heal the damage, but I just don't have the flasks for it. Now what I should have done here, and I realize too late, is I could have just logged out to town, logged back in, and then run back from the portal. But I'm like, oh god, there's like 2 minutes left, I really want to kill her. And it's like, I decide at some point, you know what? Screw this, I'm just going to run around and wait out the last 2 minutes of the event. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of like running in circles. And it's like, you know, maybe I'd throw some traps. I have some mana left. And I get caught by a bunch of exploding squids and die with less than 2 minutes left in the event. So yeah, I did much better than the previous runs, but I stupidly ran out of town portal scrolls and/or didn't just log out, pop over the coves or the ledges and try to get another experience or level quick. So I finished at, I think, level 12 or level 11. Either way, I would have gotten reward points this time. But alas, I decided that, nah, you know what? This is, like, too much fun trying to do this with just fire traps. So I'm gonna throw them at the enemy and then run away with my tail between my legs. And... excuse me. And have a coughing fit, evidently. And, yeah. So that's all she wrote. What did I learn for next time? 1. Don't run out of portal scrolls. 2. In the event you do run out of portal scrolls, and are in a situation where you're gonna be fighting a boss such as Merveil, suck it up, log in, or log out, log back in, and go from there. Regardless, much improved over the previous runs. What I need to do is practice a little bit where I actually get past the ledge and Brutus and all that stuff. Because when I got there, I was kind of lost. It's like I had a rough idea, you know, the forest and monkeys all over the place. It's good to power level there, but I really didn't know what I was supposed to be doing as a melee character. For the next race, I'm thinking that I will end up going... maybe try a Poison Ranger build. Or a Poison Shadow. I did a couple practice runs as that also, but... I think I'm going to do one as a range build. The Duelist, well, yeah, I like the class, but... it's kind of largely regarded as, like, the weakest overall. And on top of that, it's, like, strictly melee. I don't know if a bow or Duelist would be good or not, but... I think that's what a lot of the higher ranking people end up doing, is just ranged attacks are the way to go for this at the time being. Or for the time being. Or anything with like AoE range, like you could possibly get away with a lightning strike user also, I guess, but I don't know. So anyway, and again, comments and criticisms are very much appreciated and welcome. Thanks for watching, feel free to comment, rate, and or subscribe, and have a great day.